How do am I? Yeah, no, I'm in shot. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Do you look good? Do you
Yeah.
want to change your angle?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't care. Yeah.
All right. We're. Hi.
Are we
What?
not doing a clap in or?
Oh no, yeah, no, you're right. We don't technically need to because it's
I
all
guess.
synced.
Yeah.
But for the content,
It feels like a yeah.
it does. It's a proper start. All right. And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Every time. Yeah.
Every time.
No, that's why I was like, we
Yeah.
need to do it because
No, for
like
sure.
I
It
feel like
syncs
we
us
can't. We can't. Right. Yeah.
It syncs us up.
I feel like we can't start without getting in sync.
I completely agree. I
Yeah.
completely agree. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
Welcome to Dual.
Christmas edition.
Christmas edition in space.
Yeah.
Technically stream, but we're working out some new things here and there. This one will actually probably be easier because I don't have to edit audio, and it's just a straight clip of us, and it actually looks halfway kind of decent.
Yeah.
That little mouse guy is a cool addition.
Jerry.
That's not Jerry. That's Baby Mouse.
Oh, never mind. Oh,
forget.
I thought that was Jerry.
Nah, Jerry's black, or he's brown.
Yeah.
He's brown. Yeah.
I don't know who that was then.
It was Jerry's friend. That's me
Okay.
though.
Is,
That's
is,
literally me.
is
right
Terry?
now. That's Terry.
Okay.
That's Terry. Okay. Hi.
Hey,
How you doing?
what's going on?
I
I'm
mean,
I'm
me and
good.
him
Yeah.
have been catching up for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
hot second, but like
Yeah.
But
Um.
still, it's our tradition to do duals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
That's
I'm doing
awesome.
all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Things could be better in some camps, obviously, but
Sure.
such is life, and you know, as we grow older and all that kind of shit, it's more of the status quo compared to trying to actively, you know, rile against the change. You kind of
Sure.
It, if
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense. Yeah, just gonna put on headphones so I could hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like how one's like
yeah.
up and the other. Sorry.
I kind of got it. I kind of got to be.
You know, I
cool
kind of got
guy.
that swagger.
I kind of got it. This is like having one strap on your backpack. You know.
I
So
thought
just
for a second I thought you were gonna be like, this is like having a strap on.
This is like having a strap on.
I was like, oh.
This is the power
I was like, oh, okay.
of having two PP if you have a PP holder,
Yeah.
or one PP if you are not PP holder, or two PP if you want to have strap on.
Or
with
three
PP.
or three PP.
That they
like
you're kind of right.
3 Atlas.
3 Alice. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out a segue.
No, segue into it, man.
Yeah.
Segue into it. Yeah.
So Jordan and I were just talking about 3 Atlas, or
Yes.
well, I was telling you about it.
So for the people who don't know,
So basically, if you know you're not into like space, basically 3 Atlas was an interstellar comet that had just quite literally just passed by Earth like a few days ago, and I think what made it so significant, the reason why I think people were talking about it a lot was this is like a object that's like not of our solar system, so it's like not a neighbor by any
so it's
stretch
just
of the,
been-
it's literally just been flying through like the deepest reaches of space,
Fucking
wherever the
insane.
fuck it came from.
That's cool.
So literally that's why like scientists and like just enthusiasts and astrologers and astronomers like have all been like coming in their pants about it.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
And I guess so like there's that aspect, and then there's also the aspect of supposedly a lot of the people that have been like watching it very closely, professionals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
have
I'm
been
just gonna get
saying
another pair of headphones, but keep going.
okay, yeah. Basically, we're studying the trajectory and I guess the behavior of this comet, and basically it basically behaves very differently or unexpectedly than like what we consider natural or normal comet behavior. Like basically, it's like like it accelerates at a rate that's like doesn't make sense. I guess like accelerates, decelerates, like has its own sort of like weird trajectory that doesn't seem to follow any sort of like, at least from our point of view, doesn't follow any sort of sense of like natural logic.
Interesting.
So
Do we have any idea where it's from? Like, I don't know how deep you know. read into
not
it,
that
but-
deep. I mean, I could look more into it later, but like it's just like it's one of like 3 like interstellar objects that have been kind of drifting through our solar system in like last like I don't know a few years now.
That's fucking cool.
Hence the name 3i. But yeah, so it's like very strange like behavior that like we haven't exhibited before, and that's hence why like if you're on Instagram or if you follow like the spiritual community or like new age whatever bullshit,
It's not
Or even just, well, it is in some
That's fair.
circles, but like
Yeah.
that's a different discussion. But like
sure.
basically, like, there's like a lot of like fear mongering, a lot of like sensationalism, just like, oh, it's a spaceship, it's
Type shit. Yeah.
it's aliens, it's this, it's like the usual shit,
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
people kind of freak out over
Mhm.
stuff that, and then they're like, NASA's hiding stuff from us, and blah
Yeah,
blah
but
blah blah blah, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Hence why there was that.
Mhm.
And I was just talking to Jordan earlier about, I was talking about it, where I was just like, I definitely don't believe, not that I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe that this particular object was
Alien spacecraft.
kind of thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I do, and this is like my own crackpot theory, but and this kind of goes to a much deeper subject, where I definitely believe that it has its own consciousness,
Oh,
and I definitely believe that it's a reflection of us, in a sense.
continue.
So
That's some cool cooking to do.
I wrote some notes, um, as I was like kind of keeping up with it, and because a lot of people were saying like, oh, this comet is a messenger, which, I mean, in many ways it is, but not in like the sort of like Hollywood movie type way it is.
For sure.
It's a messenger in this, or at least like the way I look at it, it's a messenger in the sense that like it has come to remind us of the what I wrote, like anomalies of the universe, where there are just things that both cosmically and also just within our lives that just shouldn't make sense when you really sit down and think about it.
Mhm.
And I think specifically what I wrote was, this comet is a reminder that we're not separate from the cosmos. We're not like the cosmos, but we are the cosmos. Meaning that
That's beautiful.
meaning
Yeah.
that our makeup,
Mhm.
like chemically, biologically, and just like, on Earth in general, like we're all made up of space dust
Yeah.
and star dust, and like if you were to break things down on a chemical level, it's like you find that shit out in space.
For sure.
From like different stars, like stars are made up of like different elements and compounds and all this stuff, and it's like those same things are within us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this comet is very much a reminder of just that,
Yeah.
where it's like it's it's almost like an ancestor that just like came back to like,
Remind us of our
or just
origins,
came
remind
back
us.
and say hi.
That's actually really.
Say what's
that's
up.
very sweet.
And
That's
then
very sweet.
so it was that, and then I also wrote the greatest takeaway from the passing of Interstellar Comet 3I Atlas is that the universe, this is what I was saying earlier, where the universe is an endless void of strange and impossible anomalies, and humankind is the greatest anomaly, and our very existence is a true miracle.
It really is.
And that's reflected in the miracle of like this strange anomaly just like passing by us.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, I see what you mean by the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's like if you're, it's very much like that axiom of like as above, so below
Oh, big time.
kind of thing. So
In a
that's
very literal sense.
that's
too.
kind of, yeah, like a lot of like very in a literal sense and a metaphorical sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like why, and I think that's why I was so like, because normally I'm like, whenever I hear space news about that, like, not that I'm not interested, but it's like I kind of just like, oh, that's cool, and I just like kind of move on.
Yeah.
But for this one in particular, I was very like
Very
enthralled
locked
by
into
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where I was like, this is really interesting. Like a lot of like what people are saying and like how they're expressing what they're saying, and then I'm kind of just like sifting through. I'm basically like sifting through the noise and just being like, what is this actually reflecting?
That's beautiful.
So that's kind of like so that's pretty much where I got like a lot of like what I just wrote,
For sure.
and just like kind of thinking about that in that sense.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you, though. Especially the fact that it was acting in a strange, or not a way that we would assume it to act, makes me think about how, like, where is this thing from?
Mm-hmm.
But not, again, like you were saying, like in an alien sense, more in the sense of like it's from so far away that it's like so different. Just like how the animals, for perspective, in Australia are completely different to the animals in Connecticut type thing.
Yeah.
But like on a cosmic scale.
Right.
And that would be so cool. and that's interesting.
Or it's like, I think it's kind of funny how it's like people like see stuff like that, and it kind of goes into the sensationalism
Oh, big time.
of it, or it's just like, oh, it's aliens, like it's
Yeah.
you know, it's like,
It's like, dude, it doesn't have to be.
like fear, you know, it's like very much like this like strange, like whenever the subject of aliens comes up, like it's always this this sort of like they have come to end us, basically.
Yeah.
Like this is our natural end, and
Yeah.
it's like it's strange like how people like when they, and I sort of get why, because I think human nature dictates that like anytime we encounter something that's like we perceive as a threat or like the unknown, like we get
I think
scared.
the unknown is like a
We get scared, and like, you know, from that fear it's like we act aggressively.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
like
That's our
or like
natural
we think of
inclination.
we kind of think about it in a very survival animalistic instinct.
Oh yeah, we go right back to the root chakra.
Oh yeah, right back to like the animal, and it's like, but I'm always just like, well, what if that's not the case? Like, what if it's just like, again, like what is it trying to like tell us, or like from like a metaphysical sense? And that's kind of like how I was approaching this comment, where I'm just like, well, you know, people are freaking out over the fact that like this is such a different thing. This is such a different thing from like what we're used to, and it behaves in a way that we don't understand. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not necessarily afraid, but I'm curious. Like, what's the reason? Because I'm always of the belief that like things happen for a reason, even if it's like the most
speaking to you.
even if it's the most minute reason. It's like there's still something there.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Yeah. Yeah. No, the universe is always speaking to you, and it's not necessarily up to you to decode it. You can live your life without doing anything if you want to.
Yeah.
But like it's always talking to you, just like you always have an internal dialogue, just like the universe in a way always has an internal dialogue within itself.
Right.
You know, just as we are one body, but different organs, parts, pieces, and all that kind of stuff, such is the universe, at least in my belief, in a grand way.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool to like, and then as far as we know, like this thing will never come back ever. Like
that's crazy. Once in a life. Well, once ever. Yeah.
Yeah, or I mean, very much like a once in a lifetime, just like and forever, and I guess like, in like just forever kind of thing. Like just it'll never come back. Like it's just floating by, and that's it.
That's fucking beautiful.
So, and that's like where, like you can almost look at that as like a kind of miracle.
It is,
you know, and just like, and again, it's like a reminder of just our problem seems so much smaller
when you look
or
up,
like not even like smaller, or even just like non-existent compared to like shit like that.
Yeah, a grain of sand, man.
Yeah,
a grain of sand, and we blow it up to be like something so much greater when it really kind of isn't, like you were saying.
Yeah,
you know, or I would say it's not that it's not. It's a good perspective to have when you're going through certain things. Yeah. Knowing that one, this too shall pass, but two, in the grand perspective, kind of like what
we kind of invent our own problems.
Oh, big time, dude.
Like we create our own problems.
Yeah, we love to trip over a stick and blame the stick type thing. You know?
Yeah. But when it's like you look at animals and it's like, they just are.
It's beautiful.
Like
to
they
watch.
don't worry about taxes. They don't worry about he said, she said. They don't worry about
eat, sleep,
anything. They just are.
Yeah. Very present. Very present. Very present. Yeah. I wonder where it's not that we went wrong as like a species. Like we went wrong, but I always have this pipe dream vision type thing. Not necessarily vision is a good word for it. Idea. It's like anyway. Like there had to be some type of interception in my mind, at least, between and where we diverted. Because in my mind, there's nothing else on Earth, at least, that seems to be on the same level, at least that we can perceive, that's like us. Does that kind of make sense? Do you know what I'm cooking? I mean,
can you explain that like differently?
Yeah, for sure.
If you can,
I'll batting away the bushes. Like I think, which is to say, like to hop out of the bush. What is it? Beat around the bush. To stop beating around the bush type thing. Yeah. My whole egged up brain theory is that, like, you know, from not the conception of Christ, you know, the stories of Adam and Eve and all that kind of stuff, not necessarily just Christianity, but it all kind of does tie back. And this is getting very metaphysical, very metaphorical and all that kind of shit. And, you know, take it with a huge grain of salt. Sure. If not the whole salt flat. That if you think about heaven being from, you know, the clouds and stuff like that, it would make sense that a species that doesn't really know about, you know, aliens or stuff like that will see this spaceship or something come down, aka angels or whatever.
Yeah.
And in my mind, oh, dude, I need to take my medication. Sorry. No, like, yeah.
Do you need to go take it?
Kind of, because I can feel my brain like it's complete sidebar. I'll finish my statement and I could take it. I could take 5 and get some coffee and take my medication.
Sure.
Which is funny because of the parallel between the two.
Okay.
Regardless, basically, in my mind, aliens are some other foreign species, whether it be bacterial or literal formed of, like, you know, humanoid-esque thing, kind of came down and then incepted or interceded with some type of life form, whether it be, you know, ape or primate or whatever, and then we then branched off into something.
Oh, I see
new.
what you're saying. Okay.
Is that going to make sense?
Yes.
That's basically what I'm saying. All right, yeah. So, yeah, I need to take my medication. I'm sorry.
So.
Yeah, but yeah.
What was the thought? I'm sorry. Or it was just...
our origins. And
our
origins and how, like, we don't seem to be like anything else on this planet. And it seems to be a very peculiar... Like, I can get the whole idea, and I love the vision of it, where we are like a miracle's miracle, where Earth itself is a miracle, life itself is a miracle on Earth, and then we are some other sentient form that can think in such ways.
Yeah.
You know, that can have a mirror in front of our face and have a mirror at the end of the universe and see both, you know, reflections.
I think it's like that kind of,
you know.
Yeah, because I've heard that before where people talk about, and it's
theory.
like a cool theory to think about.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear that, it always makes me think that, like, it's basically just another form or way of saying that, like, you know, God or the universe is just experiencing itself, but just chooses to experience it through human form, and then through anomalies or miracles, like the human form came out to be.
True.
And then, you know, depending on which
way that
school of like religion or spiritualism you subscribe to, it's like the whole purpose is to, like, for us to, like, remember our origins in a sense, then just like return back to source kind of thing.
Big time. Yeah, because everything in a way I've been finding is a hero's journey, where, you know, you start at home and then you
I've also been like heavily, like, I've been going back and rereading and re-listening to, like, Joseph Campbell's, like, hero's journey. I
have to read
like
that
the monomyth. Yeah,
actually,
I have the book if you want to read it.
I would love to read it.
Hero with a Thousand Faces.
Yeah, because dude, I've been talking about that shit since I read.
Yeah,
I can.
Yeah. If you want to borrow it, I can loan it to you.
Or I can. But I think they probably have it on audiobook. I don't
probably,
know where I put my phone. Regardless,
but
anyway,
yeah, and it's like, yeah, I've been also looking into, like, a lot of, like, the monomyth.
What's that?
Where it's basically just like what you're talking about, the hero's journey, where it's like across like various cultures and histories and cosmologies, it's like there's
like a core story.
Yeah, it was like myth tends to follow like the same kind of beats,
which makes sense.
You know, so it's like, and regardless of like which culture you come from, it's like every single, like, you know, mythology or cosmology, it all follows the same thing, where it's like, I've been watching a lot of, like, Bill Donahue on YouTube, which is like basically he I couldn't find too much information online when I was trying to look up his stuff, but like basically he has like these lectures on YouTube where I think he was very prominent in the 90s, where a lot, you know, he talks about like Christianity, he talks about the Bible, but like he discusses the hidden meanings behind a lot of the stories and stuff like that, and like you know, basically like the esoteric meaning behind the Bible and its purpose, aside from the exoteric, which is like a lot of like mainstream religion,
very literal,
very much. Yeah, it's like literal versus the way he teaches it, which is very metaphorical and like.
Which I feel like. I'll save my thing.
No, I have my own opinion about that too,
no,
but like basically, you know, when you break it down, it's like the story of Christ, and like or like, you know, if you go back even like Egyptian mythology, it's like it's all basically sun worship.
Yeah.
Where it's like we're all worship, where, you know, it's like when Christ is crucified and he rises on the third day, that's literally an allegory for the winter solstice.
That's beautiful.
So the sun descends on 21st winter solstice, or 22nd winter solstice.
Yesterday.
It stays in the same degree. So meaning it doesn't move for 3 days.
Interesting.
And then when it rises on the 25th, that's an indication that it's the risen.
Oh, that's literally great, and that's Christmas.
It's
like,
the risen. It's the risen.
Crazy.
The risen Savior. So
hold on,
like,
I want to have this conversation. I need to take a medication. All right.
All right.
We'll be right back.
I was gonna say we could have people like really dissect that for a second.
No, but that's like I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. I could actually pause the recording. So
yeah,
we'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. Unless you want me to save it for.
No, we're back.
Oh, we're back. Yeah.
We are so back.
So I was talking about like
risen. Water. Took my medication.
Oh, good. Okay. Risen Savior, and then also talking about like how the 12 apostles are is a metaphor for the 12 zodiac signs.
That makes sense.
And Jesus being the 13th is meant to represent you.
Interesting.
So whatever your sign is, and like you're meant to kind of
be like the main character type thing,
or not even so much the main character, but just like understand like
your place.
Basically, the Bible is meant to be like a story. It's a map of like cosmology.
That's beautiful.
And how you fit within that cosmology.
That's fucking cool.
So yeah.
Wow.
So it's like that. Yeah, no. So like Bill Donahue, like if you look up on YouTube, like he has like hundreds of videos about just like his sort of preaching of like, and also like he applies like.
Actually, get a piece of paper and write that guy down.
Yeah, he applies like science and all stuff because like he
backs it up.
Yeah, or like he applies like a very scientific and kind of understanding to to like the Bible and its teachings. Like I think there was one video I was watching earlier where it was like talking about angels and demons and how they're actually, and also Carl Jung, who was
Carl Jung. I'm reading the Red Book.
Yeah, Carl Jung also said this too, where it's like angels and demons are like they're not literal beings; they're aspects of your psyche.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. And I completely agree. The holy war is waged within.
Complete sense.
Yeah.
Like when
the idea of the holy war.
Like when you because when somebody says, "Oh, I don't know what came over me."
Yeah.
That's a demon. Like you were possessed by a demon. Like you were possessed by your thinking, and that thinking caused you to react in a way that, quote unquote, is outside of your normal nature. When in reality, it is just like you were operating off of the I don't know, whatever you want to call it, vibration, mentality of a demon. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and that's the duality of self. The duality of self.
But yeah, so I've been like lately I've been like watching a lot of his videos, and it's like it's basically been affirming like a lot of like my own sort of like questions about that, and also just like my own sort of personal research about the the Bible, the holy Bible, and how it's like when you take it literally, it makes no sense. So it's like it has to be some sort of metaphor.
And I don't. And sure enough, Da Vinci. Sorry, I don't think it's like Da Vinci coded, and you have to like.
No.
And then that's a little bit too leaning into psychosis.
No, but it's like it's very much it's metaphor. Like all of it is metaphorical.
Oh, big time.
And speaks in metaphors because like when you apply any sort of logic to it, it falls apart immediately.
Big time.
Yeah, where it's big like I was watching. I think on the way here, I was watching one of the videos where it's talking about like animal sacrifices, and it's like. They're not sacrificing a literal animal. It's like the animal sacrifice is your animal instinct, your lower.
Interesting.
So you have to sacrifice it in order to appease God, which is your higher self.
That's beautiful.
So I'm just like,
wow.
Look at that. And then he was also talking about like Lamb of God.
Sure.
Lamb is Aries.
Okay, got you.
Because
Lamb is the first sign.
Yeah, Lamb is like because like anytime they talk about the Lamb, it's like that is the symbol for Aries. So like when sacrifice the lamb, it's like meaning, or like I forgot how he put it, but it was like give the lamb to God or sacrifice the lamb. That's a metaphor for spring, because Aries is the first zodiac sign.
Yes.
And Aries season is in the spring. The equinox?
Yes, yeah. Equinox. Yes,
yeah, the spring equinox. So it's like that's like the true beginning of the new year.
Gotcha.
Because we went through all the 12.
Yep.
So now we're restarting again.
Yep.
And it also speaks on the cyclical nature of
that's what I was going to point out. Yeah.
Life. Yeah, and then it's like then also talking about like how it's like it's not just nature that's cyclical, it's like life is cyclical, and it's like if you apply it's a lot of it's like it's one of those things where it's like when it clicks,
it makes so much more sense.
You're just like, oh, fuck.
All of the gears
turn
at once. Yeah.
And it's like, and it's not even just like that. It's like when you apply it to like Egyptian cosmology, you apply it to like Sumerian. I mean, Bible is Sumerian, but like, just like everything, like when you really dive deep into like all the different, even like Hinduism, Buddhism, it's like you.
The cycles of karma.
Literally, it's like you kind of
cycle of samsara.
you study all these different things, and then you eventually come to the realization it's like they're all saying the same fucking thing.
No, yeah,
just
literally.
in different languages,
And that's the best way to put it.
and
Yeah,
different
it's
symbols, but
in
it's like
different
it's
language,
all
yeah.
the same thing,
Yeah,
and it's crazy.
it is. Well, it's not crazy. It makes sense.
Well, it's crazy in a beautiful way.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy when that actually does happen to be the case. At least in my book too. Like,
Yeah.
it just makes sense. Everything happens to be in a cycle,
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So, why not follow suit?
Yeah.
And then that comes into like rhythm and beat,
Mhm.
and almost like the thing that really blew my mind to bring it to a different area. Yeah, go for it. The thing that kind of blew my mind. It would make sense. Actually, let's take a second.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Trae said, "Watch this be a fortune of cosmology."
Yeah.
What you got?
Oh, that's an advertisement. Sorry.
Gotta get it in.
It's like shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hold on.
So my fortune says, practice mindfulness and live in the present.
And if that's not a cool fucking...
That's what I've been doing,
Yeah, but that's not a cool sign about, like, okay, so you're on the cycle. Be at the spoke where you are. Don't try to be, like, spokes ahead. Oh, I feel so much better. My medication is kicking in.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, God. I was like, my brain was at, like, was at 10%. But what I meant to say is this thing that learning the cycle, not just becoming a part of it, not just being in the water, but learning how to surf the wave. Does that kind of make sense? And that's like the next jump that I want to kind of make in this.
Or it's like you embrace the cycle.
Yep.
Because you can't. I mean, you can try to operate outside of it, but I think that only leads to like chaos.
Yeah, it very much does, and it's consistent chaos. You can have the order and chaos balance, which is a wave, which in its own way is a cycle. But yeah, no, I don't get the whole notion of like we got to break out of the matrix or what. It's like, dude, you could embrace it and your life would be so much easier. Not the matrix, but like the idea of like,
I'm sorry, but like anytime like
tell me. Yeah,
this is a tangent, but like anytime like
go for it.
people talk about the matrix and all this stuff, I'm just like
We're living in a simulation.
Beautiful
is what the fuck it is.
I roll my eyes at it because I'm just like it's such a like a it's very much like a I'm 14, this is deep type shit, and it's like,
and again, I won't preach hate, but like but I totally got you on that.
Yeah, or it's like the way that
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying like the way people apply it is like not, in my opinion, not correct because it's like it's very because like they're on the right track because reality, or at least because reality is an illusion.
Yes.
In Buddhism, it's the world is referred to Maya, which is basically like an illusion, where it's like things are not as they are. Like the material, the 3D, it's like that's not the true reality. It's like it's all that's where the illusion comes in. So it's like,
true.
But I think where folks kind of lose me is that you're like, oh, you're supposed to break out of the matrix, and it's like, not necessarily. It's like you're meant to have a human experience. Like that's
why you're here.
You're meant to exist within the 3D, but it's like you can't. Where people trip up is that and this is like the whole point of like Satanism, where Satanism isn't the worshiping of the devil, it's the worshiping of the material world.
Interesting.
It's the belief that it's the belief that like you'll find fulfillment in the material physical matter when you never will.
No,
like that's the farce. Like that's
the
the
nature
illusion.
is to continue.
And it's the reason why the pentagram is inverted, where it's like, so
you mean the cross?
No, the pentagram, the
pentagram.
star. So
the inverted star.
Do you have a
here.
so I can show you a visual?
Yeah, go for it. And then you could throw it up to either camera.
So
here you go.
In
the inverted star. You may spin facts, but yeah, go for it.
I've been studying a lot of this shit, but like,
beautiful.
So basically,
I'm glad to learn.
So the original pentagram is this, and this is this. I don't know where.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, perfect. Yep, you got it.
Sure. Yep. Where it's like, so this is the original pentagram, and it's a 5-pointed star. The 5 points is meant to represent the 5 senses.
Interesting.
So, or the 5 senses, or it's like the 5 elements. So it's like, I don't know which order it goes, but like, what I do know is that spirit is on top.
Okay.
Hence why that, and then all the other ones like fire, earth,
water,
wind, water.
Yep.
So, and then Satanism, where it's like it's this, but spirit is on the bottom.
So all of
Meaning
the
that,
material
yeah,
supports it.
yeah.
Interesting.
Meaning that, like,
That's in its own way. Well, you're blowing my mind.
yeah, so it's like meaning that, like, the material, they focus on the material and then spirit's on the bottom.
Got you.
Versus it's supposed the other way around is like spirit is on the top because that's where we originated from. And that's where we're trying to go back to.
True. We are also a 5-point star. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Head.
Vitruvian man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are also a 5-point star.
So.
Yeah. And spirit on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool.
But yeah, but like
it's all coming together.
So like that's why like with the whole Matrix, like I get where people are coming from, but it's like it's such a shallow way to like approach it.
Well, I would say it's a beginning step, and you can kind of choose whichever direction after that. Because to acknowledge that reality is not all just like, or whatever, or it's not just tactile is one thing. To acknowledge the need to break out of it is one thing, or to discover more, to think outside.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't want to say all good, but like. I like the path that we are on or something like that where it's like you come back to the one. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
You come back to the one compared to trying to divide.
Yeah, you go back home
to divide. Exactly. And that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're cooking today, man.
I know. Yeah,
awesome.
I've been cooking a lot lately.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, so it's like I get the whole Matrix thing, but it's like it just feels it's a very cliche way to put it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the time people are just like they only really ever apply it to like society.
Oh,
where it's
time.
like they treat like a 9-to-5 job as like part of the Matrix, or like you're supposed to or like the whole societal conditioning of just like you get a job, you find someone, you get married, you have kids, blah blah.
Yeah.
And I could agree with them on that.
Yeah,
if that's not what you want,
for sure.
Like you should be allotted the freedom to not choose that.
Very true.
Because like society deems your worth by those things, but it's all illusionary.
Yeah, the material.
So like I get that, but then they try to use it as like so that's why you need to become like an influencer.
Yeah.
Get like a Mercedes Benz and like a supermodel girlfriend, and it's just like you're basically you basically escape the Matrix just to go back inside of it,
the Matrix.
Bro. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
and like the manosphere and all this other red pill, all that stupid shit. It's like it's basically that's all it is. It's like it's all shit.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. You're coming out the ass just to go right back in the mouth.
They just go right back in. You're just substituting one I'll say illusion for another.
That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Yeah. You really are cooking. I feel like I'm not really doing much over here. I am learning though. I
feel like I'm talking too much.
No, you're totally good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Like I want to stay in this space though, in this vein, because
Sure.
this, and I'm just gonna kind of riff for a second, but like in this spiritual space with me, it's almost not learning to control, because there is no such thing as control of the spiritual space. That's trying to like talk back to your father in a way, or trying to talk back to like your grandfather. Imagine like trying to talk to the universe and be like, hey, can I get a chocolate chip cookie right there? And then the universe is like, bro, you can make one and then put it there. Like,
but I mean, that's pretty much its way of saying that here's your chocolate chip cookie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing is like, you make the chocolate chip cookie, your house smells good, you feel good about it, and then when you put it there and then you see the journey, but this is so weird. And you put it there and you see
with it, yeah.
You see the journey of the chocolate chip cookie, not just appearing, but you actually putting in the work. You appreciate the taste more, which is like, I guess, the rounded statement of what I'm trying to say. But like,
yeah.
For me, it started with actually DJing. Learning about this kind of stuff. It's very interesting. Let me see if I could. No, you're good. Let me see if I can point the camera. I don't want to do it because it's going to take up too much time. But basically, if you can imagine like everybody wants to be a DJ these days.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. So if you can imagine the two decks. Actually, do I have some lead? Do you mind if we swap mics?
Yeah.
And I could just be visual over there. All right.
Go for it.
Thank you. I'm gonna tilt this over here because this is how I start. Hey, look, it's my ear. This is how I started with my whole spiritual. Got you. Yeah, do it up.
Okay, we're good.
I'll take this.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, ready for the Jordan tangent. All right.
I'm here.
All right, so you guys can kind of see this DJ set over here, right? So we have two platters. Platter A represents you, and then platter B represents everything else, the universe at large. This is your consciousness. This is the universe consciousness. Okay. Now, on the DJ platter, I really wish I had a camera over here, but it's okay. On the DJ platter, there's something called sync, which has not been invented yet, at least in this timeline. And then there's something called the master. Now, with sync, that basically means that this platter and this platter are rotating at the same BPM. I will actually give you an example. Wow, this is actually kind of cool. All right, hold on, check this. And I hope you're here for the tangent, because like this is going to be a second.
No, dude, I'm with you. Yeah.
All right, I hope you guys can see me too.
I'm getting it. Yeah.
All right. So I just turned on, and then the mixer is basically the interface that allows you to communicate with the platter. So this is going to be your spiritual.
Ooh, okay. Yes.
This is going to be your spiritual mindset. This is going to be.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. This is going to be your spiritual mindset. This is going to be how you interact with the world. The range of volume and all that kind of stuff doesn't really matter. But just imagine that this is the interface. The mixer is the interface that allows you to communicate with the cosmos. That allows you, platter A, to communicate with the cosmos. So I'm going to select a song, and I hope you guys can hear it all right. I'm going to select a song, and within each single song, which imagine is like each soul, each person, I like this song. I like the song called, where is it? I want to do Chicago. Chicago is one of my favorite songs. So this is the song that represents me. This is the song that represents me. It's called Chicago. My BPM, or my beats per minute, my it's almost like
Beats by Dre.
My beats by Dre, by George Ray.
Yeah.
My beats per minute, which represents, think of it. Okay, the easier way to represent it is think of it as your heartbeat. Thank you. Yes, heartbeat. Yeah. So your heartbeat is what powers you. That's your system. That's your station. Now, if you listen to this, that's my heartbeat.
Yep.
And then I'll put it on a 4-beat loop, which is the easiest way to represent it. And I hope you guys can hear that all right.
So Jordan's heartbeat.
That is my heartbeat, right? And I'll turn this down a little bit for the sake of the thing. But in case you can't hear, that is my rhythm. That is everything that is within me. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. Thank you. This is the universe's heartbeat. Right now, Jordan's heartbeat is at 128. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to push it to 130. So my heartbeat's going to go a little bit faster. The universe, for all intensive purposes, let's just see if I can find something. Let's see, what do you want to be? The universe wants to be, that's kind of funny. The one I selected was control, I'm here. The universe is this. The universe floats at around 125 or whatever metaphorical heartbeat you want to put. But you're going to notice something. If I put the universe as the master, which it very much should be, you're going to notice dissonance.
Yes.
You're going to feel dissonance, in case you can't hear it. It doesn't sound good. It sounds
off.
It's off. It sounds disharmonious. The thing you're going to want to do is to keep universe as master. Maybe one day they'll invent a sync button, but you're going to have to match eventually your heartbeat with the rhythm of the universe. So the universe is at 125. I'm at 130. I'm going to float this down. I'm going to lower my heartbeat. I'm going to try to meditate. I'm going to try to feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, something, something, bobsled time. And then once I kind of feel myself getting slowly more in sync with the universe, here, I'll make it even more dissonant. I'm going to attempt to sync myself or try to get so close to the rhythm of everything by whatever method you do. That eventually, if I were to cut my heartbeat and just have... Hold on, actually, there's a better way to put this. That eventually, let's just say I put in sync, just for the sake of it, that the music sounds good, that you then become in sync with the universe, and then everything becomes... Even though, and this is a metaphor for chaos, but using your master controller or your senses and how you can kind of uniquely attune it, you could eventually and I'll just do some tuning to mine. And here, I'm going to put my microphone down here for a second so you guys can listen to kind of like the metaphor. So this is the point of the journey that I'm at least on in my universal journey, is trying to sync with the universe. In a lot of ways, Christ could do it, Buddha could do it, all that kind of stuff. This is like where enlightenment in my personal reflections kind of comes in. And eventually it gets into the point of timing. Here, let me give you a better example. So we'll put this here, and then I will do this song. So it's more rhythmic for you.
Once upon a time, Chicago, a sound arose.
You guys probably hear it if I just do this. Are you still with me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So to continue the lesson, this is where universal timing comes in. So Trae knows stuff about, hold on. Trae knows a lot about the Hermetic principles. And there is a specific order to the Hermetic principles. So right now I just looped a section. And this is also a DJ lesson. It's kind of funny. So let's say that the song that's going right now is the universe. And this is me trying to get in sync with it. I'm trying to feel the rhythm. And I'm gonna put it off a little bit just for the sake of the lesson. And you're gonna be able to hear where I am right now, trying to sink in. That little tick that you can kind of hear, perhaps, is almost like me trying to get in sync with it. And then this is what people talk about with like the idea of the dance. And it actually makes you kind of want to. At least with DJing and more house music-ish stuff, which is a great example, what comes in is everything is in roots of 4. So this is a 16-bar loop on the universe side. And then if I want to mix around with my side, it would be like this. So again, the mixer is how you interact and how you commune. And then what I'm trying to say overall is eventually, and let me know if I'm boring you, but like what I'm trying to let you know like eventually is you can predict things. You can feel the rhythm and you can predict the change of things. You can feel the cycles within the cycles within the cycles. And that's where synchronicities come in. That's where like all of that kind of stuff comes in. So I can feel on my side, on my platter, this side, that side, that something is about to happen just based on the way the song or the universe or the cycles is structured. So I know that something on this side, on my side, is going to happen if I listen to it carefully. If I bring down my universal, ears or whatever, and listen to my own rhythm, which is very important. And I'll wait for a break. I'll give you guys an example. This is very chaotic, but it will make sense. And you can kind of see there's building to something. There's tension. And I can see just on the waveform on the actual CDJ that the beat's going to drop in a second. But you can feel it coming up. You can feel the tension. I'll loop it. Like that. So then, yeah. Now, if I wanted to bring in the universe again, I'm kind of being very long-winded here, but this is like a really cool theory that I've been working on,
Oh, for sure.
and that's been proven in practice. Hold on. I'm gonna be over here for a second.
Okay.
So this is a really cool theory that I've been working on that's been proving in practice, and you can do it with a lot of different things. You can do it with stoplights, you can do it with birds, you can do it with a lot of different things, but the focus is that you are not the master in this. You are like you said, like a human being. Yeah, and then I'll apologize for whatever, but I don't really need to. You are a human being. You are the universe having a human experience, but first of all, you are the universe. So if I were to do this, I'll turn this down a little bit. I don't know. I just found it really cool. I want to continue, but the thing is, you have to kind of keep your beat up, and what I mean by that is like your heartbeat is very important. Both the metaphorical heartbeat and like your spiritual heartbeat.
Yep.
Because again, at the end of the day, Christ could do it, Buddha could do it, and a lot of it comes into belief. And right now, in a way, I'm kind of edging the drop of this one for a good reason. Because you can kind of feel it building. And again, this is something I want to teach at some point, but I have to do obviously more research into it. But this is how I learned and how it kind of clicked for me was DJing. Because again, you have two decks. One is the universal rhythm that is doing its own thing. And then you have your rhythm that's doing your thing. And then technically you have a whole 7 billion, at least on the human scale, 8 billion, 9 billion decks of people. So then you could eventually learn to get in sync with different people. You can get in sync with different animals, different ideas, consciousnesses. That's where channeling comes in. All of that, not higher spiritual stuff, but more like if high school is understanding it, understanding the metrics and mysticism, then this is like college and then application and then going into your PhD. What you see? And then another one's going to come in. And I just find it so beautiful. And it's awesome. But easily, you can get out of sync with it very easily if you're not paying attention. And yeah, so sorry. I could do that. I could do that. I could do that for days.
No, it was like
I'm going to be over here for a
I
second.
I was with you on that because like
Does it make sense though?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think the metaphor in your case using the metaphor is with the DJing, like it makes complete sense. Mm-hmm. Especially with like the way you explained it too. So
For
I'm
sure.
just like, oh yeah, no. So I was completely with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I still good over here?
I think so.
Do I look good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm going to be over here now.
Okay.
But yeah, and I just find that I've been wanting to talk about this for so long.
Sure, yeah.
I've been wanting to talk about it for so long because it just makes sense and it clicks. The fact that and it's not DJing as like an art or a form or something like that. It's the fact that it still lines up even with instruments, with music, with the harmonic scale, with music theory, how everything kind of circles around that.
Yeah.
Whatever it
That's
is.
like how I apply it to like my art too.
For sure.
Where it's just like where it's like like a lot of like processes of like art making too, like a lot of stuff that I learned from you Heart, especially from like Power too, where it's like it finally starting to click.
Yep.
And I know for me, because I just posted like a newsletter on my website.
Yes, go check it out.
I was I basically went on a tangent about like portals and how image, and this is like a conversation that I had like back in the summer with someone where it was like image, there's like one aspect of it where it's like image functions as, or like artwork functions as a portal, where it's like obviously in like religious art it's like meant to invoke certain emotions, like certain like sort of devotional or like sense of worship.
Yeah.
And it's like you use the imagery, whether it's like iconography or just like, or I don't know, like a statue of Jesus
Type thing.
or whatever, it's meant to kind of acts as like the way I put it, like it acts as an activation point.
Yes.
Where you're meant to kind of meditate with it, and then it brings you to this state of this altered state of consciousness where it's like it's like you're meant to try to evoke like a divine connection or like a mystical experience. And it's like, and you can extrapolate that to like not just like religious art, but just like really any type of artwork.
Yeah, in my mind that's the core purpose of art.
Yeah, where it's like, and a lot of like modern artists and like contemporary artists like do this, where it's like, and I think nowadays it takes on a very metaphysical aspect to it, where it's like, the same way how your thoughts, emotions, and actions shape reality. Your reality as well as just reality itself. It's like the same could be done with artwork, where it's like,
True.
Something that is like emotionally charged, like it leaves behind like a certain energetic imprint.
Music is a great example.
And then
of that.
music is like the perfect example for that too.
Honestly,
and it's like
makes you feel something immediate.
And it's like, when you present it, whether through music or through visuals, it's like the viewer is transported, again, portal, is transported to whatever, either what you as the creator was feeling in that moment, or a specific emotion that the creator is trying to like get out of you.
Big
so
time.
it becomes a mutual experience, and it becomes
beautiful.
It collapses the notion of observer and someone being observed, but it's like they become one and the same.
It's beautiful, and it transcends even time itself,
right? Yeah,
which is amazing. There's art, the Mona Lisa and shit like that. It's
still,
still,
it's like it still evokes something like that, and it's like, and I'm sort of applying that to like my work and kind of consciously thinking about it, just like from my, just like the way that I create work, and it brings like a lot of clarity, and it brings like a lot of like intention to like some of the things I do, because I think a lot of times I struggled with explaining the why, and I think this is about as close as I could get, when I had that crit back in the summertime, because that's where the whole discussion of portals came in.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the visiting artist was like, and he was good, like he was like brutal too. It was like he was ripping into people's stuff, but like in a good way.
Sure.
It was like, it was very
he was being very intentional with
blunt.
words.
Yeah, and
sure.
it was like but it wasn't like in a well, I mean, he was also like he's also a professor, so it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But when it came time for him to talk about my work, it was like, it literally, like, all of the beats that I was trying to nail with my work, like, he finally put it into words.
Do you mind kind of going back there for a second and talking about?
No, so it's like one of the pieces,
I'm very interested.
One of the pieces I had in the show was it was a piece where it was an installation on the wall, and it had a video attached to it, and the piece is called Prayer.
Yes.
And it's basically,
that's the cabinet, right?
The cabinet, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Where it was like, and it had like other materials there, like it was like a combination of like found objects as well as like heirlooms that I kept.
Yeah, there's like candles on the floor.
Yeah, and it was like a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
it was meant to kind of, again, like invoke like a sense of like the process of me grieving someone and doing it like my way.
For sure.
But like the way that, he was talking about the work, he was like, it got very deep, where he was talking about like the, from the piece, it was like, he was talking about like the concept of psychometry.
What's
and
that?
Like the idea that like objects emit like a certain.
I was thinking about that the other day too. But
Yeah, where
keep going, and I
you,
can talk about
when
it
you
later.
encounter like an object, like you can almost, quote unquote, feel like the history from it.
Yes.
Where it's like,
because it almost has a consciousness within itself.
Yes.
You're imparting. It's kind of like this, like a piece of aluminum.
Yeah.
I can impart myself onto it and
Yeah.
then leave it, and then someone can see that as like it's. But go for it. But
Or
like
even
on like
if
a more
just-
metaphysical.
Or even if it was just like clothing, like someone's clothing, or just some, like objects that people own
For sure.
that like you hold on to because it reminds you of that person, or
Big
it
time.
has like a,
Big time.
it kind of takes on its own life
Yeah.
in a sense. So like he was talking about like that,
Mm-hmm.
and just I took down notes and I don't have them with me right now.
It's
but,
okay.
Like
Whatever you can remember.
a lot of it was that, and it tallied back to like the image as portal, where it was like being transported to a very personal, intimate place.
Big time.
Which is what, and just a lot of like, so it's like a lot of those beats, and it was a lot of the, and I was just like, fuck, for like the longest time.
He kind of put words.
This is like what I was trying to get at,
For sure.
but this is like the first time like it was verbalized in a way that like not only did it make sense, but also like it was verbalized in a way that made sense, and also felt very validating to be able to
be able to like have that discussion and not have folks dismiss it.
Can I ask, taking a sidestep?
Yes.
What do you feel like would have been the dismissive topic, subject? Like, what would you have expected out of a dismissal?
Well, anytime like you create work that's personal,
yes,
the biggest criticism is like, why should I care?
Okay, I can see that. It's too deep. I don't get it's too niche.
Well, not even that it's too deep, but it's just like if it's too personal, then it's like, how do I, as a separate viewer, meant to connect with this?
Interesting.
And that was like
because you have to know like the lore.
That was like the biggest criticism that I got in undergrad.
Sure.
For like a lot of the work I did. And granted, it was like I don't have the same level of like knowledge and experience that I had back then. Yeah, like I was literally just learning. But
you've
like,
done your.
There was still something there.
Sure.
That I still held on to, and that's still integral to my practice.
Yeah.
Leading all the way up to this point and further beyond.
Big time.
So to be able to have that validated felt incredibly liberating.
That's beautiful.
And to be able to actually like put it into words
is like the cherry on top.
And then ever since like I've just been going down this like metaphysical rabbit hole. Yeah. Please continue. I don't know where I was going, but like yes.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about this because I also want to go over this again because I feel like you could help me like decode it a lot. I feel like I was rushing through this.
Well, I mean, you're giving like an abridged version.
Very abridged, and that was like the first time
because
actually.
Because we're also recording a session. You don't want to get too deep into it.
Yeah, I don't want to get
like
too
that.
deep into it.
Like that deserves its own
fucking
like,
thing.
Series,
maybe seriously.
Yeah.
But like this is like, we can get into that in a second. I want to talk about you. Doors opening. To get back into portals, doors opening. Like,
yes.
You have to... I don't want to put it into, like, a video game because that bleeds into, like, Matrix stuff. And it's not necessarily the best comparison, but it does make a good point. In order to face... In Pokemon, let's say. In order to face certain gym leaders, you need to have Pokemon that are up to a certain level. In order to have certain Pokemon, you have to have a badge level that is up to a certain thing. In order to catch a fucking Mewtwo, you usually used to have a Master Ball or an Ultra Ball. You can't really do it too well with a Pokeball. And what I mean to say by that, is like, in order to learn certain things about, let's say, your hero's journey, your story, like all that kind of stuff, do you feel, and this is kind of, like I already know the answer to the question, but I want to more open up the dialogue. I forgot what that is. Not necessarily rhetorical, but you know what I mean? Do you feel like you have to go through your challenges, your battles, your trials in order to get that validation?
Yes, because
like if you got that validation from dude when you were in fucking
because it's like I didn't and it's like you can apply that to anything where it's like you don't just like automatically in certain rare occasions like you don't automatically just already arrive at the answer. You have to kind of go through
it's the cookie metaphor.
Yeah, you have to kind of go through those processes like those challenges because it also enriches
the experience
and also like it's your story, so it's
big time.
Like that's entirely meant for you.
Yeah.
Like if it was like if you and I arrived at the same answer when it came to like that,
kaboom. Yeah.
Like it wouldn't. I don't think it would be. It would no longer be meaningful to you because the way that you were able to apply like a lot of the things that you're learning from like
metaphysics,
point of metaphysics or spirituality,
and
be able to apply it in a way that makes sense to you,
big time.
Like. If that was like the same, and I don't know, maybe I'm not articulating it in the best way.
No, but it's like oh my god, it's like Double Jeopardy. It's like it's a clone of itself. It's not necessarily as enriched as the first thing. It's It
would be like if I tried to explain what you just did.
Yeah, this thing.
The exact same way.
Yeah.
Because like I don't have a personal connection with
DJing. Yeah.
The same way that you do.
For sure.
So it's like I think everyone has that specific thing where it's like. Once you master quote unquote,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. It opens up
the next level, the next
or just like it allows you to kind of like damn. And I just saw like a video about it and explained it perfectly well.
Tell me.
But basically,
I'm just gonna check on this.
But basically, it's like once you master one thing, you're able to like apply it to other things, and it's like that knowledge, like it kind of like it opens up more knowledge, I guess. I don't know, but like yeah.
Okay, what's a good reference? It's kind of I had a very dirty reference, but like it's
go for it.
Nah, I don't want to. How about this one? I'll reverse it.
Sure.
It's almost like you have to train your stomach to accept more food. You have to do all that kind of stuff. I was gonna say something about a butthole, but like I'm trying not to.
Okay.
It's a very good conversation, not to necessarily
or
to
it's
bring
like
it there, but like
I'm trying to think back to like the specifically what it said, where it's like I think
actually
once,
a good one would be like muscles. If you just
Yes.
imagine if you tried to do 1,000-pound weight without building up to that first, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to.
right.
It'd
be like
point
jumping,
blank. Like
it'd be like you never worked out a day in your life and you try to immediately jump into like 250.
yeah, like doing
Try to bench like 250. It's like you would kill yourself.
you would you would remember that like it would be so painful or basically you would kill yourself.
Yeah.
You can only say there's probably a Dragon Ball Z reference, building up to Super Saiyan God comparing to just jumping from base stat to
You know what's fun? I just remember this. So
yeah, what's up?
I remembered complete tangent, but as soon as you
No,
said
do it
Dragon
up,
Ball-
do it up, do it
as
up.
soon as you said Dragon Ball Z, I immediately thought of this interaction.
Yeah.
I was working at the museum.
Okay.
And I was over in the Buddha gallery, so it had like
Interesting.
so it had basically South Asian artwork. It was like Tibetan, Indian, Japanese, mostly Japanese and Chinese. But like there was a statue of Shiva,
Okay.
the like multi-armed,
Yes.
the destroyer god.
Yes.
From Hinduism.
Yes.
And I remember I was standing guard, and there was these two gentlemen that came through. It was young guys, and they were having a good time. They were they're kind of like being rowdy or whatever. But like they were looking at, and one guy seemed very well versed in that sort of like Hindu
Buddhism
like
type thing.
artwork kind of
Sure.
thing, and then another guy just like didn't seem like he knew much.
Okay.
At least I initially thought.
Cool.
But I remember they were looking at the Shiva statue, and one of the guys was saying like, it was like, oh, this is like wouldn't you say this? He turned to his friend and he said, wouldn't you say this is like a Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Like
That's
looking at the
funny.
Shiva
Yeah,
statue.
yeah.
And the other guy was completely dismissive. He was like, dude, like that's like low key kind of disrespectful. It's like, why would you compare it? And then, they're kind of like having a back and forth, and eventually they walked away. But then I sat with that and I was like, homie's not
Can I pause you for like 2 seconds?
wrong. Yeah.
Like, I'm just thinking like maybe that entire point of that conversation was to pass along that esoteric knowledge to you for you to talk about it. Type
Well,
thing.
what I
But
was about to
keep going.
I was about to say
Yeah.
was, I was like, well, break it down for a second. And just start dancing.
Yeah, no.
I was like, well, break it down.
Like the
Well-
or whatever. Yeah.
So like the Shiva statue, just to kind of give a bit more context, it's like
For sure.
It's the god of god of the dance, where it's like Shiva. It has. I wish we had like a visual, but like
Do you want to look it up real quick? Please feel free to like take time. Like this is just going. So
yeah, but
we
it's
got a
like
second.
basically it's like a statue of Shiva. It's like dancing, and he's standing upon a demon.
Interesting.
Like dancing, like one foot is like
Yeah,
literally sitting on
doing
top of
the-
the
doing the
demon,
thing.
and then Shiva statue. Hold on. Damn. And then it has like the ring around it, which is like the multi-arm form.
Yes.
Shiva statue or shrine, maybe. Maybe statue is better. Yes, this one. If I can get a better. Basically,
Let me see.
this one, but just much larger.
Actually, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mind? I'll let you know. Perfect. You're good.
So yeah, so if you can see, it's like it's a statue of Shiva dancing and dancing on top of a demon.
Yep.
So, and it's multi-arm form, and it's meant to be like a, so like around it, the circle is like a ring of fire, and it's meant to kind of.
Is that the circle of samsara? Speaking of, I have to check my girlfriend.
Could be, but like could be, but basically it was like it's meant to represent like creation, stuff like that. But anyway, creation and destruction. But like, so going back to the guy where he was saying like, oh, isn't this like Super Saiyan 3 Goku? But then
Yes.
and then the guy was dismissive. The other guy was dismissive, and they took off. But then I sat with that for a second. I was like,
Sure.
so if you think about it, Super Saiyan, it's like a metaphor for ascension.
Big time.
Like
Strength,
quite
power,
literally, it's
endurance,
like
yeah.
Homie ascends to like this altered state or this new state in order to overcome whatever challenge he's facing.
Best way to put it.
And then I was just like, well, you can also clearly apply that to this statue where it's like he's standing on top of a demon. Demon's meant to represent your lower consciousness.
Or
So
like
it's him-
suffering in general.
It's him
yeah.
ascending from the lower to the higher, because it's literally God dancing on top of and create. So I was
Yeah.
like, homie wasn't wrong.
No, he was
If
kind of
anything,
spitting.
that was like a great observation.
It's a great way to put it into and it's cool how even through common media, through anime, etc., it
Yeah.
all kind of lines up with
Even
the
like
same
Dragon Ball
stuff.
is also a metaphor for Journey to the West,
Sure.
which is also a metaphor for like it's a Chinese folklore, but it's also a metaphor for like your consciousness.
Can you kind of talk about it a little
Like
bit?
literally every like folklore or like mythology is like when you really it goes back to the monomyth. It goes back
Sure.
to like it's about you. So it's
Yes, that's the whole
you
thing.
know,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into like the whole because there's a lot to extrapolate from Journey to the West.
For sure.
But basically, it's like even just like the name of a Journey to the West, like East to West, where it's like East to West, where
The
it's
sun?
like where it's like it's literally like you're,
You rise up and because
Yeah, exactly.
rises from
It's
the
like-
east and
yeah,
pitches
literally.
down to
So
the
it's
west.
like-
Yeah.
and it's a story about achieving enlightenment and all this other stuff, and it's like
But isn't it really like just to kind of circle
Sorry, that was a
back?
crazy tangent, but it made me when
But
you
it-
said that it made me
No, but
remember
dude,
that
it all connects, and that's the thing. And I think also the cool thing to note about even in that moment is we're meant to help each other
Yeah.
through our journey. It's not a single.
But I thought it was
It's no man on island.
Yeah,
it's
for me,
literally like
it was very
us all
funny
together.
because it's like I thought it was funny how it's like the guy was very dismissive of his friend when he said that.
Of course.
But then I sat with it for a second. I was just like, wait, that's actually bro's kind of spitting when you think about it.
But like, I think it goes back to the thing I kind of offered, which was like, maybe the purpose was for you to learn that, and then you to pass it on to me to continue the conversation.
Sure, yeah.
It's like a butterfly effect through dimension, not
Yeah.
through dimensions, but like it's not like a direct thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a Boruto's Rasengan, which is a crazy reference. But do you know what I kind of mean? Like,
No.
you see. Boruto's Rasengan. You see it in the hand, but then he throws it, it disappears, but then it still
yeah.
lands.
The vanishing Rasengan.
The vanishing Rasengan, yeah, that whole thing.
Okay, yeah.
In a different way, but like through the butterfly effect.
Yeah, or it's
Yeah.
just like it's funny how people know when they don't know.
What do you mean?
Like
Explain. I don't know. Explain.
or like he was like when the guy was talking about
like you're really spitting, and the dude's like, I don't even got any saliva in my
or
mouth.
even just like or no, like he was just like he was kind of just said it as like a throwaway thing,
sure
but like not realizing like if
that
you,
it actually like
if you really sat and think about it and really extrapolated the way I did, it's like it's almost like you knew.
yeah he's
But
kind of
like,
right.
but it's like and it has nothing to do with like one's intelligence. It just has to. It deals with it. It's a matter of awareness.
And it's almost like the Pokemon barrier that I referenced or something like that,
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
Pokeballs to catch Mewtwo type thing.
Right,
Thank
or it's
God.
like the level. Thing,
yeah, there's a whole thing
Areas.
going on over there. Is
No,
really,
you're fine.
Yeah. But like, yeah, no, like big time.
So I thought I don't know. I was going kind of crazy when that happened, but I was also like, this is actually really cool.
But it's amazing how like once you decide to be on that journey and your heart
Yeah.
and your spiritual
Or
intent
like
and
you
all that
begin
kind of
to
stuff,
notice things,
start to pick it up.
and like your consciousness or subconscious kind of picks up on it,
Both.
and it's like
Yeah. It's like looking at synchronicities, people seeing the angel numbers and stuff like that. Like, it's a really good start.
And I even like said like in my newsletter to go back to that where it was
Go
just
for
like
it. Also, you should plug your website.
yeah, just traesart.com. I don't know, sign up. There's a button that says join my newsletter. I do monthly newsletters now.
You should really look.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So if you want to know more about my process or just like me,
Your musings.
flexing my big brain, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
But where I was basically saying that like this isn't like the most revolutionary concept out there. There are plenty of people, and I'm sure some of my colleagues probably like understand this stuff. But like for me, it's really great because it's almost like the veil's been lifted,
Yeah. Or it's
and
thinning.
I can appreciate things on a much deeper level, and it kind of
Mm-hmm.
it makes life that much more interesting, and it makes we've been talking a lot about the hero's journey, and
Big
it's like
time,
when
dude.
you- and
Even
it's like-
in our last episode.
and it's like when you apply it to like just the things that you do, like just your overall journey, it just
Mm-hmm.
it makes it that much more meaningful.
And it almost like nihilism has its place, I guess, but like it almost
Sort of,
defeats
but-
nihilism where not nihilism in the fact that there is no purpose, there is no God, it's all just chaos.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
it enriches you.
well, I'll say
feel
this
like,
where it's like
yeah.
that's supposed to be what we're talking about. Like that's supposed to be the natural conclusion to nihilism.
What? Tell me about it. Tell me. Yeah.
Like the idea
not too
that
familiar.
like because nihilism is inherently the idea that like life has no meaning.
So then you make the meaning.
So
out of
therefore,
it.
you make the meaning.
Boom.
But a lot
Yeah,
of
big
people
time.
get stuck on the first half,
And they had
and
me
then
in the first half type
they
thing.
spiral downward,
And they
Yeah.
don't complete the bridge over.
Right. So it's like
That's
like,
fucking beautiful.
But it's like that's supposed
Damn.
to be the natural end point of nihilism. Is
Sure.
that you start with originally you're meant to believe that life has meaning, then the veil lifts, and then you understand that like, oh, life has no inherent meaning.
Mm-hmm. It's what you make of it, you know.
And then eventually it's like you kind of circle
Back.
the
Yeah.
hero's journey,
Yeah.
cyclical nature. You circle back to it having meaning
Yes.
because now you assert that meaning. You descended,
Mm-hmm.
and then you rise again.
Oh,
To-
but that's a cool
yeah.
thing. That's
Right.
awesome. And it's like, and I literally had a video about this. The last video that I made, not the one most recently on my channel, but the one I made previous to that was
Yeah.
like, it was about life and birth and death and what happens after death. And it's a whole metamorphical experience that metaphorical and metamorphosizing metamorphous experience that we experience on a daily basis. Even
Yeah.
between eye blinks, we are still here and we're still present.
Yeah.
We may not come to associate that with like the same earth, or like we may not come, what I mean to say is we may not come back to the same earth, we may not come back to the same place, the same plane existence, etc., or even the same life, but still we continue on. And then the explosion point, or the brain, the point that I had was like
Common.
the climax, the climax from the edge.
Yes.
Was that's the gift of eternal life. That is that we by simply being in existence, let alone being conscious and alive, we have achieved eternity in infinitum, or whatever the word is. Because if you think about it, just as you sleep and wake up and sleep and wake up and sleep and wake up, you eventually die, and then you probably will wake up somewhere else. It's just one consistent stream
Yeah.
towards wherever the fuck we're going, if we're going anywhere. If not, the most beautiful thing in the world would be it just kind of goes around.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a looping
It's like
track,
that,
man.
It's like I don't know if you ever took the time to watch it, like that video I sent you on the lecture about spirals.
I watched a little bit. I will not lie. I watched a little bit
That's
of it,
all
but
right.
I don't
But basically,
recall the
basically
reference.
the entire what you just described. That's basically the concept behind spirals, like in a metaphysical cosmic sense, where it's like it's not a closed loop.
Nope.
But it's just it's a loop, but it continues.
It's the Fibonacci sequence.
It continues forever. Yeah.
Yep,
And
it's
it's
the
like
Fibonacci
depending on where you look at it or how you look at it, you're either spiraling upward or you're spiraling downward.
For sure. And that's just a matter of your own perspective.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a matter of your own perspective.
So it's like it's and that's like I think some say like that's meant the spiral is actually like the true symbol for infinity when you think about it, because it's not a closed system. It's a system.
But if you
that
imagine infinity that's like broken, like hold on, I'll draw it. So it's like, because if you imagine infinity in a 3D plane.
Yeah.
If you imagine infinity in a 3D plane,
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, in a 2D plane, it's an 8. But if you imagine it in a 3D plane, it's more like, not necessarily. What I'm trying to do is there's a break, and then one of it goes.
Can I help you out?
Please, yeah.
The DNA sequence.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Because it kind of looks like an infinity, but it spirals.
But it's spirals.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Well said. Yeah, but it's literally our coding. Like,
Crazy.
come on,
Insane.
it's right there.
Absolutely insane.
It's right there.
Crazy. I hope we blew everyone's minds today
Or at least someone's.
with what we're with
Yeah.
our insane schizo babble.
Yeah, but like, people be like,
We've officially reached
the schizogram. Yeah, schizogram.
Yeah.
But like, dog. That's the thing. Hold on, I want to make sure we're still recording. But like,
Oh yeah. That'd be insane. How long have we been?
I don't know if there's a timer.
Oh shit.
I don't know if I see a timer, but it's okay.
That's all right. I was just curious. But yeah, that's us.
That's also.
Yeah.
But this is like the spiritual unk. This is like the whole thing, man. And it's crazy when you can appreciate the cosmic beauty, how like the sun is a symbolism for God, the moon is a symbolism for spirit, we're a
Yeah.
symbolism for like, and it like, once you can kind of, what is it? Once you start peeling the tape, the rest just and it just reveals and reveals and reveals and reveals
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Life and the journey, and to be aware and conscious of it, because to an extent there's people who aren't necessarily as conscious of this entire thing that's going on.
I think that's completely okay.
and I'm not trying
like,
to
I
I'm not
think-
trying to bring them up
And yeah, it's
bring
like
them
not
down or
trying
whatever.
to like shame people that aren't. It's just like
And not there's no shame
because it's
ever.
their journey. The
That's
same
the
way it's your
thing.
journey, same way it's
And
my
that's
journey.
the
It's different, but it's the same.
And honestly, it's not even if you check the right boxes, collect the right Pokemon, whatever, however you kind of want to put it. It's like, to add to your point, I should say,
Yeah.
to add to your point, everybody figures it out in their own way,
Yeah.
in their own way, in their own way.
I
And
saw
yeah.
the other day. saw a really interesting Instagram video,
Sure.
or reel, where it basically kind of touches upon what we're talking about. Where it's basically a person was saying that like you're not meant to be healers.
Interesting. Continue.
Where-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like because a lot of people they get caught up in like the whole
I need
like,
to help.
healing. Yeah,
I
like,
need to
heal
bring
other
'em up.
people, blah blah and this that.
and all
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Which is a great reference to what we were talking about even before.
Yes.
Like before this.
yeah, but it's
go
like
for it.
but she was making the argument that you're not meant to be healers. You know, some people very well could be, but it's like majority of people walk around saying they're a healer, but it's like they're not. Really, it's like she used the term divine demonstrator.
Almost like a teacher.
Yeah, where it's like how you live your life, the way you're living your life, the way you're healing yourself, like that is meant to be the healing aspect for other people. Like other people are supposed to like watch you, and it's up to them because free will exists.
Yep.
Whether or not they follow in your footsteps and decides to heal.
Boom. A great reference is the sun. The sun is literally just doing this thing, jamming out, and we are the recipients of its rays, its love, its light, and all that kind of stuff. And look what kind of flourishes.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be the sun, which references the whole Jesus thing, which references the whole Buddha thing, which references the
That's
whole.
right, yeah.
It all circles back, man. Literally, it all circles back. And you know what the really funny thing is? I want to see. Wait, what meme is up right now? Yeah,
Just a guy looking at a camera.
that's God, man.
Yeah.
That's the vision of God.
Creepy guy looking at us.
Yeah. What's the?
shit.
Hold on, what's the next one?
I can't tell.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, and then this monkey.
No, that's.
We're returning to monkey.
Please God, choose another soldier already.
Honestly, yeah, that could be us right
But
now.
like even that you can find like even in the memes on the side wherever it is on the
Yeah.
screen where you guys are looking, like even the memes on the side, if you kind of notice and trace it back, I bet you can try to find meaning in exactly what we're saying and how that also does sync
could,
up,
yeah.
you know, to what's kind of
I
going
also
on,
made the-
regardless of the hilarious.
I made the joke earlier before we recorded
Yeah.
to Jordan that like because on the screen, it's like the background. It's like the cameras our logo and the memes, and then the actual background is just like space, like we're floating through space. So I made the joke of like, oh yeah, we're 3-eye Atlas.
and literally,
Floating through space. Like, yeah.
And the cool thing is, you know how it's like never to be seen again.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again. In a way, we are in kind of a limbo state where like we could delete that, we could never show it, but I know, but the conversation still exists. But imagine this, and this is kind of like us rounding out. But imagine this, like let the algorithm find it, or let the this video found you because the algorithm or whatever. But now, do you kind of get what I'm saying?
You're saying we are the messengers from the stars.
But no si yeah,
To
great.
somebody-
To sum it up,
To
Bate
somebody
vas.
that
Yeah,
may
well
be
said.
on YouTube just looking around, then they come
And they
across
see
this.
the one video, and then you're not supposed to click it.
We're
but
the comment that just passes
Siete
by, and
Shuka.
then they have the insight that I got the other day.
And this is the thing, and then that is the dual circle. That is
Yeah.
a dual full circle where we started with the
Three-eye
three eye atlas, and then we
Ended
kind
with
of
three-eye
ended with the 3-eye atlas. Like that's kind of the whole thing.
We went through a hero's journey.
But then if it's every single time,
And then
every
we-
single
we
time,
came- yeah.
and then we come back every single fucking time.
Yeah.
And something about this, and it's not just us, but like like everything.
Yeah.
And I think a really beautiful thing, and I want you to cap it, but like
I'll try.
No, like however you want to. I want to talk about this because I want that to be the Comet's tale, if we can. But like, or if you feel up to it. But like, what I mean to say is like, that means you can literally just kind of trust the process of your own life, and things will turn out right. If you trust your heart, if you believe in your vision, The Alchemist is like my favorite book for so many reasons because it talks about this kind of stuff. You know, Trae has recommended some great people on YouTube that I personally want to check out. If I could make one thrown out recommendation, read The fucking Alchemist and think of yourself as the boy. But like, and The Alchemist in a lot of different ways. But like, that's the whole fucking thing, man. That's the whole, it's beautiful. You can just like, and like, we're stressing for what? We're stressing for what? We're stressing for what? And it's like, dude, you'll figure it out. The things that are necessary, as long as you, in a way, in a more metaphorical way, keep God in your heart, you know, will pan out the way it's supposed to for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got? What you got on top?
I think you just capped it. Like,
I want to do the Comet's tale. If that was the core of the Comet, I want to try to do the Comet's tale. What I mean by that is, can you help me explain? Okay, so you understand that you can see the comet. This is in my vision, in my world, in my reality, in my hero's journey. This is where at least I'm going, but this is where it's going. Where it's not necessarily that, and again, it's a little pie in the sky, but a comet is such a thing. it's not necessarily that you can control it, but you can listen to it. Kind of like this video and all this kind of stuff. It's not necessarily that you can control the universe. You can predict the outcome. You can
tune in.
Yeah, you can tune into it. You can tune into it, and eventually, and this might just be the very short tail. And I would like to talk to you about it afterwards, and maybe you can help me put it into words.
Okay.
But like, basically, what I'm trying to say is you can tune into it, and then comes in the word dance. Then comes in the cosmic dance between you as a singular and you as a whole. You know, as a whole, and you as a singular and you as everything. You know, the two beings that really do exist in the room is you and everything else. But you have to realize that you are also everything else, and it's a beautiful dichotomy. You know, the turntables and then the mixer that is the interpretation between it. You know, and all that kind of stuff. Things to think about. At least that's how I learned. You know, about the idea of the universe when I started DJing, and I'm not necessarily saying that like or preaching that everybody should become a DJ so you learn, but like. That's how I figured out how to do it. And like, you know, and then you could teach your kids or whatever. That's what I want to do. I'm be like, so this is how you understand the universe. Get behind the decks.
That's your Bible.
That's my Bible. Exactly. Which in a grander way, it's not literally, obviously, it's more metaphorically through music is more of my generator appeal when it comes to that kind of stuff. Because, you know, the best way to dance is with music. Yeah. And the best way to do all is Trae.
Just with two people.
Even
though we're the same person.
We really are.
Inside of each other.
We every day. Fucking. Dirty fucking. Hell yeah. But like, it's and having these conversations and all this kind of stuff. It just it and in the holiday season and all that kind of stuff when it's kind of tough for some people. The solstice, dude. Like if this is any light in the darkness, you know, then there you go. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. Yeah, that was really nice.
I think that's a good way to cap it.
It very much is, sir.
I think that's all you. You got it.
I want you to say one thing. Okay. All right.
That's fine.
I appreciate it.
You're allowed to have that. You're allowed to have one.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And luckily we got this one recorded.
Yeah.
And I could just straight post it, which is fucking awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentle germs and human beings and stardust alike.
Thank you.
I've been Jordan D. Alexandre.
I'm Trae Brooks.
And there you go.
Somebody. Yeah.
Somebody. I'm somebody.
I'm someone.
I'm some nigga.
I'm just a hero on a journey.
And that's the cap.
Yes.
That's the cap. That's the cap.
Okay.
All right. We'll catch you guys later.
See ya.